today, I'm going to be talking about fitness, right? So before I begin, can I have a show of hand? How many of y'all here work out or exercise at least 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day? Amazing, amazing. Wow, that's 3, 4, 5. Great. Yeah, she was telling me that she works out 2 hours in the gym. That's great, okay. So, if you look at the recommendation, right, the American ACSM, American Society of Sports Medicine, as well as the CDC, okay, it's recommended for everyone between the age group of 18 to 65 years to exercise at least 5 times a week and about 30 minutes of moderate intensity, okay? And that is more of cardio and endurance. And if you're talking about weight training, at least twice in a week. So you need to incorporate both cardio endurance as well as weight training, okay? So that's the recommendation. Okay, so you can have a look at here. This is the recommendation, but sad to say, there's only a few of y'all been doing that. So maybe after my presentation today, y'all can start, not straight away to 5 times a week, but at least twice a week. Okay. Okay, so why do we need to exercise? Why is fitness so important? Is exercise really important? Can somebody tell me why is it so important? Is it because we want to look good? Yeah? Health reasons? Anything else? Live longer, very good. Purposeful living. You want to live longer but healthy. You don't want to be bedridden. You don't want to be on a wheelchair when you're 70 or 80. So basically, there are a lot of benefits, health benefits, okay? You can prevent from getting diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, right? Your bone health, like for females, after menopause, you have high risk to get osteoporosis. So exercise can help with that, all right? It can also boost your memory, your brain function. You can prevent dementia, right? Okay, it can also help to improve your mental health. Studies have showed that exercise can actually help with patients having anxiety and depression. Okay, so exercise is actually the medicine, the pill for this. Okay, and a lot more. Okay, so basically, these are the benefits. So when you know the benefits, so automatically you want to get yourself into exercising, right? You need to have a purposeful living, right? Okay, since exercise is very important, and I only saw like 5 hands, right? Can someone tell me why is it so difficult? What happened to the rest of y'all? Why is it? Why you guys are not doing it? Is it because y'all don't know what to do? Time. So most of my patients, right, when I ask them, their main reason is time. Doctor, I don't have time. I work until 6, 7. When I come back home, I'm tired. I can't exercise. Time is the main reason. Okay, so if you look at this, right, in a week, we have about like 168 hours in a week. All you need is just 2.5 hours. Is that too much to ask? No, right? It's just 2.5 hours. Okay? So, and fitness, it's a lifestyle. It's a habit. It's a routine that you need to incorporate in your life. Like how when you wake up in the morning, first thing you do is look at yourself in the mirror. You brush your teeth. Brushing teeth is a habit, right, that you do. Correct? So, now, all I ask is, you should incorporate fitness as part of your routine, as part of your habit. Okay? You don't need 2 hours or 3 hours. You can start slow, right? Maybe when you wake up in the morning, you can have like 5 to 10 minutes of simple stretching. Because when you say fitness, it's not just running a marathon or cycling or going for a high intensity training. Flexibility is also part of your fitness. Balance is also part of your fitness. Okay? So for those of y'all who have not started anything, start slow. A simple stretching. When you get flexibility, you can have better mobility. You can lessen your pain over your joints. Your muscles are less stiffer. All right? A lot of y'all spend hours sitting on the chair, doing your work in front of the computer. You have back pain, neck pain. Stretching is very, very important. And a good posture. All right? Okay. So, Christine have explained, she have given a nice introduction about me, just briefly. All right? Because I think from a later conversation that I had, not many people know what sports physician is. Right? So they were asking me, are we under orthopedic, what we do? Okay, so basically it comes under orthopedic, all right? But orthopedics are surgeons, they cut, right? They operate. We are physician, we don't cut, but our main job involves around like dealing with muscle pain, joint pain, making someone fitter. So our main prescription is exercise, not medicine. Like always when you see doctors, they prescribe medication, right? Okay, and you go and see them, but ours is exercise. That's our prescription. Okay, so I do a lot of work with childhood obesity. Few schools around Klang Valley and Seremban, we have had this project called My BFF at School. So sad to say, the rate of obesity in Malaysia is alarming. All right. So we have started this project years ago, all right? We go to the school, we identify the kids who are overweight and obese, and then we prescribe exercise to them. So what we do, in a government school, they already have a PE session, right? Twice a week. But what we realize is now, instead of putting the kids to the field to exercise and do some activity, what they're actually doing is teaching. We actually have textbook to learn about physical education. So, again, sit and read and, you're not making the kids run and do things. So what we did is, we instead of making them sit in the class and, read and study about PE, we make them do exercise. Like we start like a small thing, like maybe a football or a badminton or something that can, help them to get motivated to do this thing. So this was the project. It was quite successful. But once the project is done, back to square one. Everybody back to the book. Okay. So during this project, we actually lost a kid. He is from SK Klanajaya. He was morbidly obese. So he was not well, and we lost him along the way. Yeah. So this thing is very close to my heart, childhood obesity, because they are our future generation. Okay. So moving on. Okay, some of the common motivation that everyone sees, I'm sure all of y'all agree with me, right? Why I want to exercise? Because I want to lose weight. Main thing, I want to lose weight. If that's your motivation, you will not be able to sustain. It won't be lifelong, all right? Second, I want to make my boyfriend and girlfriend jealous. I want to have six-pack, I want to go into bodybuilding, build muscle, this kind of thing. Or I want to run a marathon. Next month, I sign up for a marathon, so I need to get fitter. So if this is your motivation, your purpose, you will not be able to sustain your fitness lifelong. Okay? So for me, I tell my patients, your best motivation is self-care. You should do it for yourself. You should always put yourself first. When you do that, then automatically you can already, put it as a routine, change your habit, make it a habit to exercise. You don't need to go to gym, spend hours, lift weights. Like I said, you can start small, then gradually build up. All right? It's a lifelong journey. Okay, just a simple overview. We interchangeably looked at all this, when we looked at our social media and all that, we always see exercise, physical fitness, physical activity. What does all this mean? Is it same? What is physical activity? Can someone tell me what is physical activity? Does you all know what is physical activity? Exactly. Exactly. Gardening, doing your housework, okay? Climbing stairs, walking. These are all physical activity. So is physical activity important? Yeah. Okay, but now, are we really being physically active? No. If you look at the studies, the statistics, it says about 25% of Malaysians are physically inactive. These are your routine things that you normally do. Even then, these things cannot be practiced, right? So what is the problem here? Okay. Second thing, what is exercise? Yeah, consistently doing something which is planned and structured. All right? So you go to the gym, you have a PT, they tell you, okay, today you're going to be doing this, 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 this. That is exercise. Okay, you look like someone who goes to the gym and very active. Nice. But I didn't see you putting up your hand just now. Oh, you don't? Okay, but you look very fit. Very good, very good. Everyone should follow him. Later I'll ask tips from him then. Okay then, what is physical fitness? What is physical fitness? Can someone tell me? It's basically you are able to carry out your daily tasks without any fatigue. That is physical fitness. Okay, so that's why my topic today is physical fitness. Anything that you do, you should be able to do it without any fatigue. All right? And then you should not be able to, you should be able to incorporate all the health as well as skill related elements into your fitness. Okay? That is fitness. So it doesn't mean if you have six pack, only you're fit. Okay? Right? So that's not what fitness is. Fitness is basically you should be able to carry out your daily tasks, your daily routine, without having any fatigue, without being stressed about it. Okay? That's fitness. Okay, the slides are not moving. Okay. So like I mentioned earlier, this is a little bit on statistic in Malaysia. Like I said earlier, 25.1% of Malaysians are being inactive. Okay? And this is responsible for almost 16.4% of our mortality rate. Okay? So again, where is the problem? We sit too long. Yes. Something that's supposed to give you comfort is actually causing you harm. Am I right? You guys agree with me? No. It's okay. I mean, 1 or 2 hours a day, it's fine, but not the whole day, right? Okay. So, I would like to share something here. It's about your energy expenditure in a day. Okay. So, it's not just exercise that helps you to burn your calorie. So, if you look at this chart here, the yellow one is your basal metabolic rate. Okay? The energy requirement for your body to function. All right? And then your thermic effect of food, certain food that you eat can actually burn calories. Interesting, right? Okay. And then you have this thing called as activity thermogenesis. So this activity thermogenesis incorporates two things. One is exercise, one is non-exercise activity. Okay, interesting, right? You don't have to exercise, but you're actually burning. I'm sure all of you are waiting to hear what is that, right? Okay. Okay. So basically what is need? Need means the energy that you burn when you're doing your daily activities. Okay? Example of these activities, all right? You park your car far away and you walk to your work. Isn't it easy? Don't have to pay money, right? Use the stairs. In between, don't sit for too long. Take a break. Go and take a water or something. Go and talk to your friends and come back. So all these small things, actually, if you look at the chart, it's a huge effect from it, right? So if you tell me you don't have time to actually go to the gym and exercise, you can actually do the neat part. Okay? As you're working, from morning, you start doing all these things. Okay. So, by increasing your neat activity, how does it help with your weight loss? Okay? When you increase neat activity, it actually can increase up to 350 calories per day. That's like how many minutes of running on the treadmill? Depends on your intensity, lah, right? Okay. So it also has this thing called as lipoprotein lipase. Okay, this lipoprotein lipase actually helps the body to use up the energy. So when you do this kind of physical activity, it helps. All right, it's scientifically proven. Okay. So these are some of the examples that you can do. Stand up and move around every hour. Take the stairs, use a pedometer, count your steps, walk around, cycle around, and these kind of things. Right? So you actually don't need to have a structured exercise program because many of you don't have time, right, to go to the gym. If you have the luxury of going to the gym, you have the time, yes, please go ahead and do it. But if you tell me you don't have the time, these are the things that you can do during your work, right? Okay, to keep you fitter. So I hope after this, when you go back to your office, please ask everyone to get up and stop sitting. Okay, some myths about fitness. Do you need hours, 2 hours, 3 hours to stay fit? Do you need to spend hours in the gym to get healthy? Actually, no. A good quality physical activity and exercise is good. You don't need to spend hours. Okay? Some say, I need to work out more. I need to feel the pain. Then only my exercise is effective. That's not true. Sometimes your technique is not right. That cause you pain, but that's not true, right? That's actually you're causing injury. Okay? And some says, I'm too old to start. I'm already 40 plus. I'm already 50 plus. Okay? So the truth is, you need to be smart to choose what fits you. What is your goal in life? Okay? You maybe choose to cycle. You maybe choose to walk. You maybe choose to swim. Everyone's goal and purpose is different. So you need to ask yourself, what's my goal and what's my purpose? Why do I need to become fit? For what? Is it for myself? For my family? Right? Okay. So when you know your purpose and your goal, then you can, become fitter. You can smartly prescribe your own activity and your own exercise, and then you can incorporate it into your daily routine, and eventually it becomes a habit, and you can practice it lifelong. Because the important is lifelong. It's not just like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym for the next 3 months. I lost 10 kg and I'm done. 1 month later, you're going to gain back the weight. So we're not talking about the weight here. We're talking about being fit. All right? You can be heavy, but you are definitely fitter. Doesn't mean if you're thin means you're fit. Right? Okay. Everyone is okay? Feeling sleepy after the nasi lemak? Everyone is good? Am I talking too fast? Okay, great. Any questions so far? Anybody wants to stop me now and ask something? Later? Okay, we will keep the questions later. So, someone who have not been active, they want to start their fitness journey. I normally use this approach. All right? Of course, the recommendation is 5 times a week, 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. You tell them, the patient will not come back to you. They tell you, bye-bye, doctor, I don't want. So you have to start small. Change habits. Okay? If you are someone who doesn't like to use the stairs, you use the lift all the time, maybe these are the small changes that you can make. Park your car further. Okay? Maybe wake up 10 minutes earlier in the morning to do some sort of, home-based exercise, flexibility. Okay? And the key here is you need to be consistent. It needs to be done on a daily basis. Okay? So you have to start something that's easy for you to do. All right? And it has to be something very simple. Because you're beginning, you're starting. If someone is already very fit, already been doing things, then your purpose, your goal, your fitness journey is going to be totally different. So this is for someone who's going to start. Okay? And then you stack up your habits. Right? Maybe you want to eat more proteins. That's your first habit. Second habit, maybe you want to start drinking more water. Okay? Those kind of things. Okay. And always follow time smart fitness habit. Why do I say this? Like I said, no need 2 hours, 3 hours. All you need is 15 minutes in the morning. Because if you want to say that I will come back home and exercise, most of the time it doesn't happen. When you start doing first thing in the morning, you will see a lot of changes. You will be more active at work. You are able to produce more at work. Okay? And micro workouts, small things in between. Like normally some of the things that I advise my patient is like during lunchtime, you can do like squats. Those kind of things. Do a bit of stretching, some flexibility exercises. So these are the micro workouts you can incorporate in between when you're taking a break. Just 2-3 minutes will do. So as it accumulates, it will actually come up to 30 minutes. Morning, during lunchtime, before you go back, before you get into your car, you can do something. Right? So basically, that's that. And recovery is also very important. We've been talking about exercise 5 times a week, 30 minutes a day. Oh, what happened to... Okay. But if you don't prioritize recovery, you will end up having injury, overtraining, you will fall back, then, you will not start back. So recovery is also very, very important. When I say recovery, you have to make sure you have proper sleep, proper nutrition. Right? Nutrition is very important. You should be able to manage your stress. Okay? Right? Okay, just would like to share some story. All right? As I say, I deal with a lot of kids with obesity. Okay? This kid here, he is 148 kg. Yes, he lives in Mua. He has diabetes, cholesterol, hypertension. What made him came to hospital is he developed a mild stroke. We call it as a TIA. It's a transient ischemic attack, where they have a weakness, but it's transient. After 24 hours, it comes back. They recover back. So it's like a warning sign for him. So he ended up in HKL. Mua referred to us. So we put him in the hospital for 3 months. Because if we were to send him back, I'm not sure what will happen to him. So we admitted him for 3 months. He can't even tie his shoelace. He sits, the mom helps him to do everything. Right? He's 14 and he's not independent. So, of course, we made small changes. Eventually, it's very nice. He's very active. He's able to run. He can even do a battle rope. Okay? Yeah, from not being able to tie the shoelace. Yeah. So when we discharged him, he was 128 kg. Of course, it's not... he lost about 20 kg. He still have long way to go. But the small things, he's more fitter now. He's able to do things independently without the mom's help. All right? So these are the things that we are facing. So fitness is very, very important, right? Please go home, share to your kids, nieces, nephews, neighbors. Okay? Okay. So just be mindful. Do not overtrain. Okay, don't after this go back home straight. Tomorrow want to exercise, run, jog, 2 hours, 3 hours. You know? Start slow. Please do not overtrain. Okay? Secondly, do not compare yourself to somebody else. Okay? Everybody is different, right? And you always should have a short-term goals. Because if you say, I want to have six-pack, that's not going to happen within a year. You need to change a lot. So set short-term goals. Then you will be able to achieve short-term goals. Then you can go on and, have a long-term goals. And do not ignore pain. When you exercise, if you develop pain, please do not ignore it. Okay? Your body is giving you a signal. Please address it. That means you're probably not doing the technique correctly. You're not resting well. Okay? Always listen to your body. So the big idea here is fitness is lifelong. Okay? It's about functional strength. You want to have a purpose in life. Right? It's not just for looks or for records. Okay? So you need to win your mental battle in order to have a lifelong physical fitness. Okay? It needs to be a habit, a routine. Okay? Eat for nutrition. Okay? Don't ever eat for weight loss. If you eat for nutrition, then you will be able to sustain. Alright? Your body needs vitamins, mineral, proteins. As you age, you need more proteins because you want to build muscle, because you have muscle loss. Right? So you eat for nutrition. Don't diet, cut down everything, diet, no rice, no this one, keto diet, intermittent fasting. Please do not do that because you will not be able to sustain it. You will give up easily because it's not something that you can continue doing for a long time. All right? So you never make a change in your diet that you don't want to make it permanent. All right? Okay? So fitness is basically a foundation. It's not a phase. All right? Thank you. And you have a lot of burn up. Yeah, a lot of things. So what happened to me is I collapsed in the gym one day during my exercise. Okay? And that took a lot of turn in my life. So basically, after that, I actually have this diagnosis called as, very strange, is food-dependent exercise-induced anaphylaxis. It's very sad. Yeah. So basically, when I take some food that contains wheat and gluten and I exercise, I go into anaphylaxis. Yes. But that did not stop me. I'm still exercising, but it's just that I modify my activity. I don't do high intensity. I switch to low intensity. All right? I do a lot of weight training. I do lifting. But for my cardio, I do like walking, something which is light. And I make sure that I keep up to my 10,000 to 14,000 steps a day. Okay? Morning before I start my work, I go early. I walk around HKL. 2 rounds. That is about 3.5 kilometer. That will come up to about 6,000 steps. All right? Then I go to my ward. I see my patient. So these are the small things that I do, to make sure that I'm able. You see, like today, for my routine, I start at 6. I came to HKL. I saw my patient. I went back to Klang. I saw my patient in Bukit Tinggi. I went to settle my kids. And I'm here. So it's like up and down. And I'm still energetic. Why? Because I keep myself fit, right? So these are the things. So if I want to serve the people, if I want to help them, I need to help myself first. So these are the small things, small changes that I make to make myself fit. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of walking indeed. I need to follow your steps and really walk around my building, at least twice. And during lunch, just get up from a chair and just walk.
Yeah,
really good advice.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like, lunch is the time that I want to sleep, take a break.
After food.
Yeah. Yes, you can. You have 1 hour of break, so you can maybe do some exercise first, 30 minutes, walk around, then you can have your lunch and then have a nap about 10 to 15 minutes. It's good enough.
That's right.
Yeah.
I really like your 5S, doctor. But really, when I go and see a doctor when I'm sick or any medical needs, the first thing a doctor will say is, first thing first. Number 1, did you eat good food? All right. Do you sleep well? third thing, did you exercise? And I always look at the doctor and give him a sweet smile and shrug. Exercise? Doctor, I'm just too busy. I don't have time for it. And it is really, really an issue with us urban living people, living, in city lives, right? And it's not easy, doctor. It's not easy, even whilst you sharing the 5S. But any advice as to, how do we really devise a sustainable, lifelong, physical fitness journey? How do we start for those who have not even thought about it or who wants to start but have not started? How do we begin, doctor?
I think if you listen to my talk, the main thing is goal. You need to have your goal. You need to have your purpose. Without that, you will not be able to sustain it for a long term. Why do you want to be fit? Okay, as you age, do you want to be bedridden? You want to have a good quality life. So how are you going to have a good quality life? By being fit. You don't want to end up having osteoporosis and have a fracture and be on a wheelchair. So how are you going to prevent all these things from happening? Being fit, right? As you move more, your joints are better. You're more flexible. So you have less back pain, less hip pain. So these are the things. So the main thing is you need to sit down, go back and think what I want. Do I want to be bedridden? Do I want to be dependent on somebody to take care of me when I'm old? Yeah, it's something for you all to go back and think. So when you have that, then you can start making small changes in your life and make it a habit, and eventually it will become a routine. So that's what I tell my patients, because I cannot tell them, okay, look, tomorrow start exercise, you do this. It's very difficult. So you have to make it a habit, right? It's easy to say. It takes time. You need to motivate yourself, right? Okay?
It's not easy, definitely.
It's not easy.
Yeah, baby steps. And I like that when you have a goal and purpose, and work towards it, I think we're going to see light at the end of the tunnel. I hope.
Definitely.
We hope. All right.
Definitely.
Just want to open to the floor. Any questions from the floor? Yes. A few from there. Oh, yeah, the muscular man in front.
Yeah, the fit man.
The fit man in front. Oh, yes. Yes. Please.
Thank you, Doctor, very much for your sharing. I was very enlightened. Thank you. Now I think I'm going to exercise every day. Yeah.
Very good. I'm impressed.
Well done.
So, Doctor.
The thought that he had is good already.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm very serious, right? This question is for everybody. For people who wants to exercise, but they have joint pains, osteoarthritis, or maybe their back is pain and all that. So they can't do strength training, right?
No.
So
That's a myth.
okay. So anyway, should they exercise? Should they continue to do strength training, or maybe they can do like resistant training, like the hypertrophy kind of, or those like with the bands, like the rubber bands that have different type of tensions, And then for aerobic, should they go walking or can they do swimming? Can you share on that? Thank you.
Okay. So basically his question is, someone with osteoarthritis, knee pain, someone with back pain, is it okay for us to exercise? All right. First thing first, you need to get yourself checked with a doctor and to know at what level you stand. So when you talk about knee pain and osteoarthritis, we have the mild OA, we have grades, and severe. So if you're talking about someone with knee pain, in terms of aerobic activity, walking, we don't really advise. I don't really advise because it gives you more pressure on the knee. Running on the treadmill is also a no-no. So you need to do a lifestyle modification. Yes, you definitely need to exercise. You need to modify it. All right. So those patients with knee pain, what you can do is cycling. Cycling will be a great exercise for your knee OA. All right. Swimming, walking. If you like walking, you can switch walking in the pool. It's much more better than walking on the ground and treadmill because the ground force is higher, more impact on your knee, it can worsen your knee. But if you do it in the water, no, it's better. All right. So these are the things that you can do for aerobic kind of exercise, cardio. When you talk about weightlifting, it's a must. All right. But you don't go and lift. You don't do a bench press, or you don't do a deadlift or a squat with 100 kg and 50 kg. All right. Like you said just now, TheraBand, using the exercise band, the resistant band. That's also weight training, but lighter weight. Resistant band is also a part of resistant or weight training, but using a lighter version. So someone who is starting, so we normally use the resistant band. Different color gives you different resistance. So normally we will start with yellow or orange. Red, green and blue is mid. All right. Black and gray is high. All right. So based on that, and then slowly you increase the resistance, because you cannot keep doing resistance training with one weight. After about 2 to 3 weeks of doing resistance training, your body gets adapted. So you need to slowly increase the weight. So you change the color. Then eventually you can start using your body weight itself to do the resistance training. All right. And slowly you can use weights. You can definitely use weight, but depends on what kind of exercise you do. If you have knee OA, you can work on your quads and your hamstring. All right. If you have back pain, you have to work on your core muscles. Core strengthening is very, very important for back pain. All right. It's a very long topic. I would need hours to explain to you, but I think I hope you got the answer short. Yes, you have to exercise. You have to do weight training. Okay.
Thank you for your question. That's a wonderful answer to it.
Yeah.
Now, Clayton, over to you.
Hello.
Yeah.
So my question is about food choice, particularly like supplements, and I think that is called food replacement. Like now it's quite
Meal
a trend.
replacement?
Yeah,
Is
meal
that what you think?
replacement.
Okay.
People drink a pack of mixtures of don't know what, then they skip the meal for the whole day, right? So what's your opinion on that? Thank you.
Okay, like I said earlier, do not make a choice change in your food if you can't make it permanent. How long are you going to drink your protein shake and your meal replacement? Is it something able to sustain? No. Yeah. Yes. So basically, to answer that, of course, your meal nutrition is very, very important. You can't just exercise alone. All right? Your body needs nutrition. It needs enough protein, carbs, cholesterol, fat, a lot of things, your vitamins. And where do you get all this from? From food, right? Supplements, yes, you can supplement. If you are somebody who cannot tolerate certain food, if you have like some inflammatory bowel condition, you can't take some food and all that, then you can supplement yourself with vitamins. All right. But if you are someone who can consume food and you have no any issue or like irritable bowel or things like that, like celiac disease and stuff, yes, please, your natural food is most important. All right. You have to count your calories. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. We feel like, this is probably just 200 or 300 calories, but actually no, there's a lot of hidden calories inside there. All right. The sauces that you use to cook the meal is also very important. All right. Like the nasi lemak just now, it's probably about 700 to 800 calories because it's fried chicken.
700 calories, folks. Emmanuel, you're checking your tummy.
So your food choices are very important. You have to be very mindful of what goes into your mouth. Okay. Yes, once a week, it's fine. Okay. And this thing about fasting the whole day, intermittent fasting, now there's a lot of hype about doing this intermittent fasting, 16 hours of fasting and all that. Actually now a lot of people are talking about this leaky gut syndrome, inflammation and stuff like this, where they advocate you to go on fasting for 3 days. Okay, if you ask me, it's not advisable because it can cause a lot of health issues. You can end up having gastric. All right. So I prefer if you eat adequate calories that's required for you with proper nutrition. All right. What goes into your mouth is very, very important. You have to maintain your protein intake to maintain your muscle, to grow your muscle. Okay. So yeah, nutrition is also a very big topic. a lot of things that I need to talk about. So yeah, you got yeah, all right.
So we have to count our calories starting from today. And
Counting
eat nasi
calories.
lemak only once a week, right? Poor us.
I mean, you can eat nasi lemak. Maybe the rice you take half. You can eat more cucumber or more anchovies. You can cut down on the sambal because that's a lot of curry. You don't know what goes inside there. Sugar. Yeah, maybe not fried chicken. Maybe you can change the fried chicken to something else. More eggs. Yeah. Okay, you change. You modify your food.
We got to modify our nasi lemak
Yeah.
from today.
But anyways, thank you for the delicious nasi
Polly,
lemak.
are you
it was
here?
really good. Yeah.
Nasi lemak with steamed chicken probably. Any more questions from the floor? Really interesting questions. Yes, over here. Can we skip breakfast?
No, breakfast is very, very important. That's. Why do you want to skip a meal? Yes, I actually advise my patient to have 5 meals a day. Yeah, yeah. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack in between. Are we allowed to skip meal and can we skip breakfast? If you skip breakfast, tendency of you eating more during lunch is very high. You tend to eat more. Okay? Not everyone will have a motivation like you. Yeah, so if you skip breakfast, you are very hungry. You get tired very fast. Right? That's your main meal in the morning when you get up. You are already fasting for so long at night. No food, right? Yeah. So you don't eat a lot for breakfast. You can have like very simple meal like just 2 hard-boiled egg, yogurt, some nuts. Don't like go and eat nasi lemak, wonton mee, and
So exactly, count our calories, eat our meals on time, modify our
regularly,
food,
so you
and
won't give
regularly.
up. You won't give up. So you don't like you don't eat breakfast and then you skip, and then you're like so hungry and then you just eat everything. So 3 main meals: your breakfast, your lunch and dinner, and snack in between. No supper,
No supper, okay? No Hokkien mee for you.
I would say your last meal is at 8. Please don't eat above 8. Yeah. Because if you're going to eat supper and you're going to go and sleep, then you will end up like that boy just now.
Great, awesome. Oh, there's one more question here.
You're probably thinking, I'm doing that and I still fit. Some people do that and they can still do that because probably they're younger. As you grow older, you'll not be able to do that. You gain weight. Yeah. And
Sure.
a lot of visceral fat and a lot of complications after that.
Yeah, sure. Can we move on to another question?
Yeah.
There are many questions from the floor. You're a very popular doctor.
Yeah, nutrition.
Everybody wants to have 6-pack.
That's right.
Yeah, nutrition is very important.
Yeah.
The question I have is, let's say you say 2 snacks a day. I mean, what would you suggest for snacks? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, these days, as time goes on, a lot of foods are tainted with, like chicken, you got steroids or whatever not. It's not natural food anymore. And the nutrition levels for even vegetables and things have gone down over the years, over the decades. How do we ensure that we have enough supplements? I mean, nutrients in that sense, I mean, that's the thought behind supplements, right? To make sure that you don't lack nutrients because that's how we sustain.
Yeah. Okay, very good question. So basically to answer you, when you talk about the first question, snacks, right? What kind of snacks you can take? For example, like I said just now, nuts, yogurts, fruits. When I say fruits, something like berries, dragon fruit, banana. All right? Not like mangoes and durians and rambutans. Right? Healthy choice of food. Okay? These can be your snacks: nuts, fruits, yogurts. Okay, these are your snacks lah, in between your main meals. So yeah, sadly, nowadays, everything is not healthy anymore, right? So what you can do is, we don't know what they inject into the chicken, right? So fish, okay, eggs, even eggs also you don't know, right? So these kind of things. But to answer you, you're saying because you're not getting enough nutrition from all these things, you can opt to go for organic chickens, right? And vegetables also have got a lot of nutrients, right? Your green leafy vegetables, your tofu, your beans, all that also gives you a lot of nutrition. It gives you protein, it gives you carb, it gives you fat, all your vitamins. Your carrots give you vitamin A. So it's actually adequate if you take your meals properly and don't skip. Okay, if you're going to eat a lot of rice, there's nothing there. Basically, it's just carbs. Okay, so basically you need to watch what goes in. So this thing about supplements, like a lot of people take creatine, whey protein, and then a lot of other supplements and all that. Yes, you can take. It depends. It depends. Like, you know, for example, right? I have a patient with celiac disease, cannot take a lot of things. Then yes, you can advise them to take this thing. I have patients who can't sleep. You can advise them to take magnesium. So it's individualized based on you. It's not like one thing fits for everyone. I cannot just say like, yes, please go and take your omega-3, please go and take your magnesium, please go and take your probiotics. It individualized. It depends on you. How is your nutrition intake? You need to make sure it's adequate. If it's not adequate, and what is the reason? Why can't you take it from the food? What is the reason? If yes, then we'll tell you these are the things that you need to take. Okay?
Thank you for your answer. That's amazing. Yes, another question from the floor.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor, for a good sharing. I have a short question. For people like us over 60, we want to talk about age gracefully. Now, I used to do jogging every day. Now I stopped jogging. Now I do walking once about every day, 1 hour in the sun. Yeah. Secondly,
To get vitamin D,
yes.
morning sun.
Yes.
Very good.
Secondly, I always go to gym before COVID. So after COVID, I stopped going because of COVID, because of the air. So I normally do some light weightlifting in the house. So am I right to share this? Or maybe you give some comment on that.
You are doing amazing, actually. You're very good.
Can we give him a
Because-
hand?
Yeah.
So, what a great
Very
encouragement
good,
to
very
us.
good. I'm impressed. So whatever you're doing is very good. Please continue doing. All right. Yes, I mean, you're afraid to go to the gym, right? That's fine. You don't need to go to the gym. You can actually do weight training at home. You can use your own body weight. You don't even need to invest on, you know, dumbbells or things like that. You can use your own body weight to exercise. Make sure you work on the larger muscle group. For example, all right, you work on your quadricep muscle. So the things that you can do is like squat. Work on your hamstring, all right? Work on your chest and your shoulder muscles. So you're targeting larger muscle group. Don't forget your core. So what you can do, your cardio and your endurance is going to be daily, right? You're walking for 1 hour. How's your knee? Is your knee okay? Yeah, so when you're walking, is it like flat ground? Do you go uphill and all that? Okay, if your knee is okay, no pain, no swelling, you can continue. All right. But I think 1 hour is a bit too much. Yeah, but it depends on your pace, how fast you walk. 10,000 steps. Okay, that's fine. All right. Very
Wow,
good, very good.
10,000 steps.
He's good.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay, so then in between, maybe 2 to 3 times in a week, you do your weight training using your own body weight. Yeah.
Doctor, coming back to overtraining, I mean, many of us are adopting many exercises into our lifestyle. I myself are like doing Pilates, swimming, and picking up pickleball because of Caleb. Well, I mean,
it's a
Caleb,
very
he's
popular sports now.
exactly, it's a popular sport now. When we set, but many of us set goals. How do we avoid from overtraining? I mean, there's so many sports that is like, going cardio, heavy cardio, like hits, even kickboxing and everything. How do we prevent ourselves from overtraining and also avoiding any injuries, doctor? How do we do that?
So, overtraining is one thing, prevent injury is another training. So when we talk about overtraining, you have, like I say, you always listen to your body. You have to have rest. That's why they didn't say 7 times a week. They said 5 times a week. That's cardio. And weightlifting is 2 times a week, not every day, right? So basically, in between, you need to have proper rest because your muscle need recovery. They need rest. Okay, so if you don't rest and you go and work out the next day with soreness, you're going to cause injury. Right? So recovery is very important. You have proper adequate rest. When I say proper adequate rest, that comes with your nutrition. You need to have enough protein to recover, hydration. Alright? To prevent injury, you need to, it's not just exercise, it's not just go and start running, go and start lifting. You need to have a proper warm-up first. You need to warm up first, have some dynamic stretching, all right? And then do your exercise. You need to have a cooling down. Not just you're done with exercise, let's go back home or go to the shop, mama's shop, and then eat something. No. Cooling down is also very important. You need to stretch your muscle. If you don't cool down, you're prone to injury. You need to hydrate yourself before, during, as well as after exercise. Hydration is also very, very important. Proper footwear. Please don't wear a running shoe for pickleball. That will cause injury. Every sport, make sure your attire is proper. Proper gear. Alright? Okay, running is for running shoes. Jogging is, you can use your running shoes. But for pickleball, please don't use running shoe. You'll just fall on the court. Okay? And so basically, have proper sleep. And these are the strategies that you
sleep.
can...
Have proper attire,
proper
right?
gear, proper sleep, proper
Rest
hydration, rest well, nutrition. Listen to your
Good
body.
nutrition.
If your body is telling you, I'm tired today,
Exactly.
I'm having pains, please rest.
Right.
Maybe you can do some stretching instead of going and running and playing a pickleball.
Oh, right. Wonderful
Okay.
advice. One last question. Since we're coming to an end, any last profound advice that we can just take away tonight? Over to you.
Okay, so basically, I hope everyone benefited from this talk. All right. So my main aim and my main goal for today was basically to advocate and to create awareness on how important fitness is. It's not about how you look. It's about how fit you are in order to carry out your daily tasks and your daily activity. Like he said, aging gracefully, right? So have a purpose in life, have a goal, and pick up fitness as a habit. And as your daily routine, like how you need to brush your teeth, please exercise as your habit. Make it a routine that you want to do it in the morning.
Thank you so
All right.
much, Dr.
Thank
Vinotha, for your wonderful, amazing insights. Let's give her a big hand and a round of applause. Thank you so much. Do join us for the